Most people treat this like a tug of war. 401k on one side, house on the other, and they think they have to pick one and starve the other until it's done. But what if I told you that in certain situations, the right move is actually to do both at the same time, and that slowing one down doesn't mean stopping it? Today we are breaking down exactly how to balance your 401k with saving for a down payment. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which lever to pull first, where to park your house money, and how to structure your income so neither goal gets left behind. Let's get into it. Here's an hypothetical scenario. You're 24. You've already done what most people your age haven't. You've got an emergency fund sitting in place. You're throwing 20% of your paycheck into your 401k every single month and your employer offers a match. On paper, life looks good. But here's where it gets complicated. You've got a family and you want to buy a house. And suddenly, this 401k match that's supposed to be working for you starts feeling like it's working against you because every dollar going into retirement is a dollar that's not going toward a down payment. So what do you do? Do you ease off the 401k so you can save faster for the house? Do you push toward the match as hard as possible and delay the house dream? Or is there a third option nobody's really talking about? Let's walk through the best option for you. Before you make any moves, you need to understand exactly what your employer match is worth, because most people dramatically underestimate it. According to Fidelity, the most common 401k match formula in the country works like this. Your employer matches dollar for dollar on the first 3% of your salary you contribute, then 50 cents on the dollar on the next 2%. So in total, if you contribute at least 5% of your salary, you're getting a 4% employer match on top of that. Say you earn $75,000 a year. 5% of that is $3,750 out of your pocket. With the standard Fidelity match formula, your employer kicks in $2,250, dollar for dollar on the first 3%, which is $2,250, plus 50 cents on the next 2%, which is $750. That's $3,000 in free money added to your account every single year just for hitting that 5% threshold. Now bump that salary to $100,000. 5% out of your paycheck is $5,000. Your employer contributes $4,000. You're now looking at $9,000 going into your retirement account from a $5,000 personal contribution. That's an instant 80% return on what you put in, before the market does anything. That match doesn't carry over. If you contribute less than that 5% threshold, you're not just missing out on this year's match. You're missing out on decades of compounding growth on top of that money. That's the part people don't feel immediately, but absolutely feel later. The minimum you should ever contribute to your 401k is whatever it takes to capture the full match. That's not a suggestion, that's the floor. Once you know your match, there's one question you need to answer before deciding what to do next, and it completely changes the plan depending on the answer. Are you contributing enough to capture the full match right now? If you're already hitting that 5% threshold or whatever your plan requires, then great, the match is handled. Your whole strategy shifts to what you do with the rest of your income. How much goes to living expenses, how much goes to the house fund, and whether there's room to push your contributions even higher over time. But if you're not yet hitting the full match threshold, that becomes your immediate priority. Before you think about the house fund, before you think about anything else, get to that match. Because every dollar of match you leave behind is a guaranteed loss. You're essentially turning down part of your compensation package. Once you're capturing the full match, then you've earned the right to start thinking about the split between additional 401k contributions and the down payment fund. But that sequence matters. Match first, everything else second. Do both. At the same time, it sounds obvious, however, a lot of people think doing both means splitting your money 50-50 and making equal progress on both goals simultaneously. Both goals stay active and both are moving forward, even if they're moving at completely different speeds. And that's totally fine. First, make sure you're hitting at least 5% into the 401k to lock in that full employer match. That's non-negotiable. If you can contribute more, great, push it higher, but never go below that match threshold. Then out of what's left after taxes and living expenses or whatever you can carve out goes into a dedicated house fund. Even if it's only a few $100s a month to start, that's fine. It's moving. It's building. And as life progresses, a raise comes in, a debt gets paid off, expenses come down. You redirect that extra cash in a way that serves both goals. The worst thing you can do is pause one completely to go all in on the other. Stop contributing to the 401k to max out the house savings, and you're forfeiting that match for however long it takes to save. Go so hard on the 401k that you never set anything aside for the house, and you're building a great retirement while renting forever. Both goals matter. Both need to be moving. The speed is just the variable you control over time. Once you start building a down payment fund, the money is just sitting there, growing slowly, and people get impatient. They start thinking, what if I threw this into index funds? I'd make so much more. And technically, over a long enough time horizon, yes, the market beats a savings account. But your down payment is not long-term money, it's short to medium-term money. Say you've been stacking your down payment into an S&P 500 fund for 2 years. You've got $60,000 sitting in there. Then the market drops 35%, which it has done before more than once. And suddenly your $60,000 is $39,000. Now you either have to wait another 2 years for a recovery, or you buy a much smaller house than you planned. Neither of those outcomes is worth the upside you were chasing. That's not a calculated risk. That's just gambling with money you actually need. The right move, and the only move I'd make, is a high yield savings account. Period. Right now, you can find accounts paying somewhere around 4% to 4.5% annually. On a $50,000 down payment fund, that's $2,000 a year in completely risk-free interest. Your money is liquid, it's FDIC insured, and it's growing the entire time you're saving. If there's a partner or spouse in the picture who's also earning an income, this changes your options in a big way. And most people never think about it like this. Instead of treating both incomes as one big pool and trying to split that single pool between 401k contributions, house savings, and living expenses, split the jobs. Give each income a primary mission, income one, the one with the stronger 401k match. Focuses almost entirely on maxing out that retirement account and capturing every dollar of employer match. That is its job. Income two, after covering shared living expenses, gets funneled straight into the house fund. No 401k distraction on this side. Just stacking money in that high yield savings account every single month. This is powerful because instead of making slow progress on 3 things at once, you've got 2 focus engines each running at full speed on one objective. And the mindset that makes this work is pretty simple. It's not your money and their money. It's household money with a household strategy. You're a team. Play like one. At minimum, contribute at least 5% to your 401k so you capture that full employer match. That is the floor, not the goal. From there, carve out whatever you can from the remaining income and drop it into a dedicated high-yield savings account for the house. If there's a second income in the household, split the missions. One focuses on the 401k, one focuses on the house fund. And whenever a raise or a bonus shows up, use it to move both goals forward. This is not a fast strategy, but it is a smart one. And smart beats fast every single time when it comes to building real, lasting wealth. If this video helped you think about your situation differently, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. And if you've got a financial situation you want me to walk through, drop it in the comments. I read every single one.